It's been the second quietest month of 2026, but I've still seen a pretty hefty chunk throughout the month. So let's talk about everything that was on my May watch list. Hey, welcome to the video and May's installment of everything that I've seen. It's been the second quietest month of the year. However, still seeing a pretty decent amount of stuff throughout the course of May 2026. You know the drill. This is everything that's been on my watch list for the month. Let's get straight into it with all the movies that I've seen throughout the month of May. And we kicked off the month by preparing for a very highly anticipated sequel by watching the original Devil Wears Prada. Believe it or not, I've actually never seen that film before watching it. Like, the first time I've watched it was this month. And I really enjoyed it. I get why it's so iconic. And I'm actually a bit distraught that I've never seen it before this. I don't know how me watching it like 2 days before going to watch the sequel was the first time I've ever watched it. But I watched it on the train home. Really enjoyed it. And then, no surprise when I say, I went to go and see The Devil Wears Prada 2. I saw that on my birthday on May 5th, just for you that want to start preparing for next year. I saw it, there's a big group of us to celebrate my birthday. I went to go and see it in the cinema, and I loved it. I actually rated it higher than the original Devil Wears Prada. I feel like because of the fact that the new one kind of has a lot more modern day humour in it, and I just feel like it nicely incorporated the magic and charm of the first film while staying relevant with today's audience, if that makes sense. I did a full movie review on that, you can hear it, and my full thoughts on The Devil Wears Prada 2. That's linked down below, my movie review playlist. I really enjoyed it. I will still stand by the fact that the first one is more iconic, but I think I enjoyed the second one more, despite the fact that the sequel did not need to be nowhere near as long as it actually was. But regardless, went back to the cinema with my friends to go and see Michael. I believe that came out in April, but I only got around to seeing it in May. I had tickets to see it twice and for some reason couldn't, but I finally got into seeing it in May, and I really enjoyed it. I feel like I now know Michael a lot more. Again, you can hear my full thoughts on that in my Michael movie review, again, link down below. But yeah, really enjoyed it, and it just felt like a big Michael Jackson concert for like 2 hours, because I never realised how much I love Michael Jackson stuff until I watch the Michael movie, or when I went to go and see MJ the musical in the West End when that was still on. Loved it. Just then reminds me of how much I love the Michael Jackson music. There we go. Back to the cinema the following day to go and see The Sheep Detectives. This was a gorgeous, cute little film. I really enjoyed it. I said in my movie review, again, a full movie review, you can hear that, but I said it in my movie review that I actually found it a little bit strange that Hugh Jackman was given the lead for this film, because he actually was in it for no more than 20 minutes. So when everyone was going, this is Hugh Jackman's best performance in a movie ever, I questioned that purely because of the fact that he wasn't in it. He was in it for, like I say, 20 minutes of this film. But anyway, I really enjoyed it. Really did. Sobbing. Like, this was probably the most emotional film that I've seen this year. And I mean, I'm just going to look back at everything that I've seen this year. Yeah, probably one of the most emotional films. That, tied with A Star Is Born, I think are my two most emotional films that I've seen this year for the first time. So yeah, there you go. The Sheep Detectives. Really enjoyed that. Then, back to the cinema the following week to go and see Billie Eilish Hit Me Hard and Soft, the tour in 3D. A really quite unique concert experience. It's her concert, filmed and directed by James Cameron, delivered in cinemas in a 3D format. Very unique. I will argue that the 3D was kind of a bit irrelevant. There were aspects of it that, yeah, you could tell there was 3D, but on the whole, it didn't really enhance the movie in my perspective. And, I didn't do a movie review on it because it's not really a movie, it's a concert, so I can't be criticizing it, because I'd only be criticizing and kind of talking about the cinematography. And again, you can't really do that because it's a concert. Do you know what I mean? I'm no means a Billie Eilish fan. Like, I enjoy some of her music, and I did sit down thinking, why on earth have I come to see this? And me and my friend were like, we're not Billie Eilish fans. But it was such a wholesome thing. It was a really wholesome moment. You got people running down the front, singing and dancing, and people bonding and making, not even friendships, but just really getting along with all the fans. And, you know, whilst it wasn't a massively packed screening, it was so much fun. And at the end of the screening, people leave their 3D glasses. So if you ever go to a 3D screening of a movie, wait till the very end once everyone's gone. Just walk down a few aisles. I guarantee you will find at least 2 pairs of 3D glasses, which you can take home with you. Means you can give your friends some for free and they can come and see 3D screenings with you. That's all I can say. But yeah, do you know, I really enjoyed it. If you're a big fan of Billie Eilish, of course you're going to love it. And I think, you know, if you're a Billie Eilish fan, you will probably enjoy the 3D more, just because it's something more special about seeing your favourite artist on the screen, you know, doing their thing. So yeah, enjoyed it. Back to the cinema the following morning, literally like 8 hours after finishing Billie Eilish. I went home, slept, and went back to the cinema straight away to go and see Charlie the Wonder Dog, starring Owen Wilson as the title character. I really enjoyed this. Again, this is a kid's film. It's by no means a 10 out of 10 film. It's by no means on the same level as like Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, those kind of things. But it's a really cute film. I said in my movie review that Owen Wilson is absolutely bang on the money when casting this film. Like, him just being cast as Charlie the Wonder Dog is like perfect for me, picture perfect, just because like he sounds like a dog. He sounds like a dog in the sense of like when you think of animated films and, you know, animals having voices behind them, he just has that voice, and I love him. I actually really do. Like, I love his stuff. I love him in the Night at the Museum franchise. I love him in Marley and Me. I loved him in Hall Pass, which I saw later this month. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I thought that was a very cute little film. So yeah, really enjoyed that. Back to the cinema the following day to see Shrek. It's 25th anniversary this year, and of course it came back to cinemas to do some 25th anniversary screenings, but also some really cool 4DX screenings for the first ever time. Really wanted to catch it in 4DX, however, never managed to. So I just saw it in standard 2D. And yeah, what can I say? Shrek, it's iconic. It's in my collection somewhere. There it is. All 4 of them. Just to confirm. Had to show you in case you didn't for some reason believe me. Yeah, loved it. What can I say? I mean, it's iconic Shrek. I actually think a lot of people say Shrek 2 is better than Shrek 1. And yes, there are aspects of the second film which are much better than the first one. But I think in terms of how iconic it is, I just think the original Shrek is just unbelievably iconic. And I'm very excited for Shrek 5 dropping next year. Is it next year? I think it's 2027. It was meant to be 2026, but I believe it's 2027 now. Regardless, saw Shrek in cinemas for the first time. Not the first time watching it, but in the cinema for the first time. First time watching it on the big screen. Let's move on. Back to the cinema the following day, because Sydney were doing a Steven Spielberg season in preparation for Disclosure Day, which comes out in June. Really excited for that. They were releasing a bunch of his films back into the cinemas. I wanted to see so many more than I actually got round to seeing, sadly. I was a busy boy in the month of May, sadly, hence why my watch list is a bit shorter than it normally is. But I managed to see a couple of his films, and I watched for the first time in full Jurassic Park. I've seen, it's one of those things that it's always on TV. I always remember it being on ITV1 or ITV2, and I've seen clips of it. Like when I was watching it, they were like, oh, I've seen this bit, but I've never sat down and fully watched Jurassic Park. Seeing it in the cinema, I was like, this is a great opportunity to go and watch it for the first time. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. A bit dated at times, obviously, but you know, like similar to Jaws, like when it came out, it was all the rage. Like that was just absolutely extraordinary. Now, yeah, if somebody released a film like that now, everyone would be a bit like, gosh, like we've got the technology to make this so much cooler now. But back then, just insane, wasn't it? Insane. So, yeah, first time watching Jurassic Park, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. And like I did mention Jaws. Jaws was the day after that. No, 2 days after Jurassic Park. I did want to see it. I just never got around to seeing it. I was, like I say, hugely busy during the month of May, so I never got to see that. Then went to go and see Power Ballad the following day. I saw this at an advanced screening. Cineworld to do their advanced screenings. Saw this about a week and a half before its general release here in the UK, and I really liked it. I am non-stop streaming the song. I can't remember what it's called for the life of me. I Will Write a Song. That's it. I Will Write a Song About You. Nick Jonas. I absolutely love it. It's such a catchy tune. It's a really, really cool film. I absolutely loved it. I thought the two leads, Paul Rudd and Nick Jonas, were brilliant. A very lovely, easy to follow film that was really good. I didn't know how it was going to go. And the runtime for this film was absolutely brilliant. Full thoughts on that you can find out in my movie review. Again, linked down below. I then watched The Little Mermaid, the original Disney 1989 Little Mermaid, because I was part of a Little Mermaid production this month, hence why I was super, super busy. So trying to go to the cinema was not at the top of my priority, but I tried to go as much as I can. I'll insert a few photos here of me in my production of The Little Mermaid. It was brilliant fun, so I just thought it was a great opportunity to rewatch the Little Mermaid film. I did want to rewatch the live action 2023 version, just didn't have time, and it's the same story, just the live action one's a bit more recent, a bit more modern, a bit longer. So I rewatched the first original Disney Little Mermaid. Yeah, that's it. The first film that I watched at home this month, other than The Devil Wears Prada. However, The Devil Wears Prada I actually watched on the train. So The Little Mermaid was the first film that I watched at home. Back to the cinema as well to go and see Catch Me If You Can. Again, another Spielberg film as part of Spielberg season at Cineworld. Never seen it, wanted to see it, and I'm actually being part of a production of Catch Me If You Can in September, so I thought a great opportunity to understand the storyline. No idea what it's about. Thought it was a great opportunity to figure out what the story's about, the characters, and who can I audition for, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, really, really, really enjoyed it. Then, second film at home, I watched Hall Pass, starring Owen Wilson again. I didn't rate this as much as I wanted to. I thought this would be funnier and a bit more enjoyable than it actually was. I found it a bit corny, a bit cheesy, a bit irritating at times. The story felt a bit annoying. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's my favourite film that I watched. Probably one of my least favourite films of the month. But, you know, I had it, again, as part of, like, a 10 for a pound DVD. There are a few DVDs I wanted. Had to make up the 10 to get them for a pound. And that was a film that I wanted to watch. So I thought I'd pick it up, watch it. And if I don't like it, I can get rid of it. So, yeah, it's not staying in the collection. That's what I can say. And the last movie of May was Finding Emily, my final cinema trip of the month. I have just done a movie review on that. You'll be able to see that as well. My full thoughts on Finding Emily down below. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was very, very good. It was, again, by no means a 10 out of 10 film, but it's a British film, a wholesome British film, a rom-com that did make me and my friend laugh out loud. Really enjoyed it. So there you go. There are all of the movies that I saw during the month of May. I saw 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I saw 13 movies this month, which is significantly lower than every other month. However, I still managed to see as many as I possibly could. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those movies were at the cinema. So I saw 13 movies in the total month of May. 10 of those movies were cinema trips. And as always, I have been calculating the cost of how much my cinema trips throughout the month would have been if I hadn't got a Cineworld Unlimited card. January was £72.93, February was £92.91, March was £117.88, April was £113.91. If I had to pay for all of my Cineworld trips as their normal standard ticket costs, then everything that I went to see during the month of May at the cinema would have cost me £90.40, which is the second quietest month of 2026 thus far. January is the cheapest, 72, and then it is May, £90.40. I just didn't see as much, and even, well, I should say I didn't see as much. I saw quite a bit. However, a lot of them were seasons, and Shrek and stuff, they're re-releases, so they get re-released cheaper, so the tickets are like £6 anyway, which is hence why they're not as expensive as, you know, big new releases. So there, all the movies and cinema trips that I've seen throughout the month of May. I'm off to see Backrooms tonight, so you'll hear my thoughts on that very soon, and that's my first cinema trip of the month of June. And 2 things to talk about in series / documentaries that I watched this month. The first one, I don't even know whether it would be considered a movie or a short film. I put it in series, so I had at least something to talk about. I watched Donald's Crime. Bit of a story behind this one. Me and my partner went to go to London. We went to this like arcade carnival place game thing. But we went along Oxford Street and we walked along the River Thames, and we went to the BFI Museum, British IMAX, I don't know what it, British, yeah, BFI, I think it's BFI, British Film something, I don't know. But inside they have a little bit where like you can just sit down and watch loads of like really old stuff, and we watched a section of like Disney morning or something, kids Disney morning or something, and we watched like the first 15 minutes of it, and in doing so we watched the Donald's Crime short. Technically it's a short film, but I put it in this. And the second thing that I watched this month that is a series, TV, I'm going to call this the TV section. I watched the Toy Story 5 UK red carpet launch event because June is here, which means Toy Story 5 is coming out this month. When I tell you, I have been counting down the days, the minutes, the seconds until 2026, because ever since 2022, I've been so excited for the month of June in 2026 because Toy Story 5 is finally here. I love Toy Story so much. June, I can already assure you, is going to be filled to the brim with Toy Story stuff. I was going to start watching Toy Story in the month of May, but I thought, no, let's keep June as a Toy Story filled month. I can guarantee you that 1, 2, 3 and 4 will be watched during June. I can guarantee you that all of the shorts, Toy Story of Terror, Toy Story That Time Forgot, I can guarantee you the Toons will be rewatched. I can guarantee you Lightyear will be rewatched. And of course, I can guarantee you that Toy Story 5 will be watched. I'm placing bets at least 6 times in June. I can guarantee you it. I can also guarantee you that Toy Story 5 is going to be my favourite film of the year. If I could rate it already, it's going to get 5 stars on Letterboxd. That's what I can say. But yeah, that's it. I watched the Toy Story 5 UK red carpet launch event on Disney Plus that happened at the end of May. That's it. Really enjoyed that. Other than that, that is everything that I watched during the month of May 2026. Like I say, a very quiet month compared to everything else. Yet for somehow, I still managed to ramble on for 17.5 minutes. Whatever. Let's wrap it up. Like I say, June is going to be filled with nothing but Toy Story, with a little bit of Steven Spielberg and Backrooms sprinkled in there, with Backrooms and Disclosure Day and Tuna, the new piano film that's come out. I'm going to stop rambling. That is everything I've seen in the month of May. I'll see you in exactly a month's time for everything that I saw during the month of June. Toy Story. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. And every single film that I spoke about today, that's a lie. That's such a lie. Loads of movies that I spoke about today, I did a full movie review on. My movie review playlist is linked down below, as well as my everything I watched playlist. It's also linked down below. You can see everything that I've seen during January, February, March, and of course April. Thank you very much for watching. I shall see you in another video and hopefully another movie review very soon.